to the YouTube. Going to the YouTube.
Going to the YouTube. How old are you? 87?
I'm playing David as a mom on TikTok.
Thank you.
Going to the YouTube.
Nice shout out.
Heyo.
All right, I gotta silence this.
Silence.
Shut up. All right, and we're live.
And we're live.
Hi,
Maybe
Kelly.
we have friends on our live, but we can't tell.
We
right?
can't see
'Cause
them.
We're on the
We
Zoom.
can only look at the Zoom.
So, hi Rose F. Death if you're there.
yeah, hi,
Our
hi
one true
fans,
fan.
Our one fan that we have. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for being here.
And we're gonna.
I'm wearing lipstick today.
I see that.
Thanks.
You look
I didn't
great.
put anything else on my face.
Well, you don't need to. 'Cause your
Thank
face
you.
Is perfect.
Oh, well, thank you.
Yeah.
I wasn't fishing for that at all, but I do appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Anytime.
It's a day of compliments.
We're
Our guest,
recording here.
our
Great.
guest, his apartment looks fancy and rich. You know, we're
That's
all
true.
I think we're all super successful. You know, with my face in your
So
apartment.
Successful. So
Anyway.
Okay, should we start?
Yeah.
All right, putting the dog away. Go away. I love you. Okay, ready?
He's sure got some little clipper cloppers, doesn't
He
he?
really does.
Yeah. You might want to
He's
clip
a
those cloppers.
sound liability.
He's a
Okay,
Foley.
let's
All
do it.
Yes.
Welcome to Fuck You, I'm Smarter, the comedy game show where we compete with a guest to be crowned the smartest person in the room. Zoom, YouTube, live.
Ooh, God, that's
This
got a
is
nice
like-
ring to it. It
just like-
rolls. It trills right off the tongue.
Yes.
I love it.
So here we are. July 4th is over at this
Thank
point.
God.
Oof, that
Oh
was
my
loud,
God.
right?
Woo,
That was
the
real.
animals hated it.
Hated it. What did you do for 4th of July?
Lindsay, let's not fool our listeners, okay? 4th of July in IRL, or in real time, rather, right now, has not actually happened. To our listeners, it
Why
has.
are we telling them this?
I think they deserve to see us make the donuts.
All right, fine.
You know what
well,
I
I
mean?
had a great time. Sorry you don't know what you did yet.
I know what you did last summer.
I'm going to be with you.
I'm going to be with you. We're going to drink at your pool. I
Yes.
mean, it's really no big secret.
Yeah, it's going to be great. And now that we know that our guest this week is our neighbor, maybe he wants to drink by my pool with us.
I don't know. We'll
see
find
how
out.
he-
We'll tell you next week what happens.
Yeah, we'll see how he feels about it. Shall we get to our guest?
Let's get to him.
Let's get to our guest. I met
You're
this
great.
very funny actor, comedian, now a TikTok star. I met him
Hilarious.
before TikTok. I just want to say,
Whoa, you knew him back when?
I knew him before TikTok.
Wow. Before TikTok was even a thing? Or
Yes.
before,
I
whoa.
mean, it's only been a thing for like not that long.
That's true.
But he's super funny. You have to check out his videos he does these ridiculous mom videos that
And they're on
they're
Instagram too,
triggering.
right?
They're triggering all your mom. And they are on Instagram as well.
Right.
Yes.
For all of us old people who are still just dipping our toe into TikTok.
Yeah, I can't. I went on one day and I'm like, it's too many.
We tried to
things.
start a Kelly and Lindsay TikTok. We have a couple videos.
I'm afraid of it.
We're going to do it.
But let's talk to David about TikTok.
Yeah.
Ladies and gents.
And other things.
David Abed.
Hello.
Hi, David.
Two beautiful ladies who don't need makeup except for lipstick sometimes.
Thank you.
Yes,
That's
thank
right,
you.
yes.
Thanks.
Yes,
You're welcome.
that's
Thank
very
you for having
sweet.
me.
So excited to have you. So impressed that you figured out TikTok, by the way. It's a lot of moving
Well,
parts.
It's a lot, especially for old folks. I don't know how old you ladies are. I'm 37, so as a 37-year-old, I am a grandpa on TikTok. So the fact that any video would break through is just a true blessing.
But
but you've really, we're in the same age bracket. You have like done the thing though. So
Yes.
did you have to sit down and like say, someone show me how to do this? Did you sit down and just like take a couple days and like, I'm figuring this out?
I'm going to plug his side hustle for a minute.
Oh,
okay.
thank you.
He's an editor and does a lot of social media stuff.
okay.
So this is like his wheelhouse.
In your wheelhouse already.
You should
You're
hire
like,
him for all your editing needs.
Love it.
Social media needs. I'm like, editing's
Social
like
media.
a side thing that's mainly social media, yes.
Got it. So you kind of knew how to navigate a little bit coming in.
Yes, I spent a lot of time concentrating on my Instagram first. So I was
Right.
doing like funny videos where I'd like argue with myself about certain topics, like mainly actor humor. And then, as you guys might have noticed, like 2 years ago, Instagram really stopped giving the love of having your post be seen. So like if you're getting
Yes.
1,000 likes, all of a sudden you're getting 100 likes. It felt like a very lonely place all of a sudden. So then during the pandemic, we were all bored. I would put my stuff on TikTok, but I would never get more than 100 or 200 views. And then one day I just had an idea of a sketch of moms driving. Just that's
Yeah.
the topic. And then I just put that up like I put up any other video. And then I woke up the next day and it was at like 40,000 views, but TikTok had
Wow.
taken it down. They said
Why?
it violated their terms of service, but the only thing I could
What?
think of is because, of course, I misspelled driving to say diving. So it said mom's diving. I don't know if they thought that. I don't know what.
They were so offended by a misspelling.
by
It doesn't
misspelling.
seem right.
Sounds like one of my clients.
Yeah.
So then I like sent a letter to TikTok and said, please put it back up. And then they did. And then it got an
A letter?
additional, well, like an email letter.
I wish it was an actual
An
letter.
electronic mail.
They only will take correspondence through handwriting.
Yeah.
That would really lessen
Yeah.
the amount of feedback they'd get.
That's true.
So then I ended up getting like 70,000 on that one or 100,000. And I was
Wow.
like, oh, this is like people like this. Maybe I'll do
Yeah.
another one. So I had another idea of like airport pickups, moms versus dads.
Cute.
And then I put that one up and it got like 2 million
Wow.
views. And then I was just kind of like, and I knew from my social media experience, if you can find a niche, and a
Yeah.
niche isn't like
Yeah.
be funny. That's not like a niche. That's kind of like what we all try to do. It's like something even more specific. And if you
Yeah.
can find that kind of like in a UCB class and beat that to death,
Right.
that can often be a symptom of success. So I've been doing mom videos ever since. The problem is you get addicted to the likes. So you get like 5
Right.
videos that get like 300,000 likes each. And you're like, I can't go wrong. And then you get one with like 30,000. And then now you're depressed over something very
Yeah.
stupid.
I love it. So
It keeps you making content, which I think is important.
Yeah, that's
It is
fantastic.
really important. It's hard to do sometimes. Like, my brain hasn't worked a lot during this pandemic, and it's like the fact that you're keeping your brain going and the comedy alive. Like,
Yeah.
kudos to you, man, because
Yeah.
Thank
it was
you.
definitely a rough time for that.
It was.
At least.
Yeah. Well, I think we all hit the writer's block. I mean, I'm sure anyone that writes knows you can go 2 weeks without an idea, then you can wake up and write something in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So
Well, I'm waiting
sometimes
for
you just
the
have to go
5
with it.
minute
Waiting
thing
for our
again.
5 minutes. Yeah.
I'm like really waiting. I put a note in my phone yesterday. Can something just happen, please? Like, and I meant like inside of my brain.
Right. I know that
Like,
feeling.
I was just like, what is happening inside of that? Like, where is it? Where's
Where is my brain?
Where is my brain? So where are you from?
From Michigan, a little small town called Grand Ledge. And they call it that because it's the only place in Michigan where you can go. I'm blanking. What do you call it when you like climb a mountain with rope?
Oh, like
Climbing?
Climbing.
That's,
You're like, he couldn't be thinking of climbing. Yeah, climbing. They shot Red Dawn there, the remake, and so it's a very small farming town.
I'm sorry, they shot.
Red Dawn.
I'm sorry, they shot what there?
called Red Dawn. It was like a.
Oh, we
Not
heard
red-
dong, D-O-N-G.
Red
I don't know
dong.
why. That's what we both heard. Am I right?
I heard Dawn.
I'm like, okay, you're telling us about your
Wow,
favorite porn? Okay,
You're like, this is gonna get weird fast. Red
Yeah.
Dawn.
like, it's just saying it like everybody knows what that is.
Right, like no, Red Dawn, the popular, yeah.
Right.
climbing porn.
Right, climbing porn.
Ooh, now there's a niche.
That sounds kind of hot. Climbers are usually hot, and so I don't know, something you guys
Yeah.
can, hopefully that can get the creative juices that you weren't
Yeah.
getting
Great
before
upper body
going.
strength.
Sing it,
Yeah.
yeah.
There we go, yeah.
We need to go.
I guess we're writing the screenplay for Red Dong tonight.
It's
Oh
definitely
my
like one of
God.
those porn names for movies.
Yeah.
Wait,
Amazing.
what was your little town called?
Grand Ledge.
Grand Ledge.
It has Grand
Was there a
Ledges.
very high, large ledge?
Well, there's a river that runs through it, and so I would
That's
imagine
also a movie.
That's right. Only movie references from here on out while we talk. But most of the town is just like a farming manure. Like you smell manure in the farming season, and there's like, you know, when I was little, there was just a McDonald's and one grocery store. Now it's getting a little bigger. But yeah, small town. And then I moved out of that, and I went to the University of Michigan, and then I moved to LA, and I've been here ever since.
Were you a theater major at University of Michigan?
I was.
They have a really good program there, don't they?
The musical theater program. The musical theater program was kind of had the most famous people, and then the years I went, we have two like Darren Criss and another guy, Jimmy Wolk, and some other people. Since then, there's been more stars that coming out of it. It was fine, but like it focused on theater, and you know, who among us is still really concentrating on like breathing through our anus as a warm up? So it's every day.
Kelly
of my life.
I'm talking to the right people. No, I can see. No, you have very great skin.
I do remember that. Thank you. Yeah,
and I can tell it's
because I'm breathing up from the anus. It's
Yeah,
you're sucking the air from the bottom.
I don't breathe out. I breathe up from. Yeah,
up into the anus through the mouth.
I've heard that about you, and let me just say I'm a fan.
Thank you.
I mean, her breath smells like butt, but like
no one on the set of Red Dawn complained at all.
Well, since we've been wearing the masks, who knew anyway? Even using that butt breath to yourself.
Butt breath.
Oh my God.
So let me ask you: will you be wearing masks in grocery stores?
I'm still doing that.
Still wearing masks in grocery stores.
I don't want to. There's the Delta variant. There's people who are still unvaccinated. Yada yada hoo ha.
It's a personal choice.
In an indoor sitch, like
I don't judge
in a public
people.
place. Yeah, indoors I will.
I don't judge people when I see them in the grocery store.
Among friends, no, because
I think I know where everyone's been and what they've done. And
most of my friends have been vaccinated, and you know.
But I mean, I've been
a conversation, but
pretty optimistic this whole. I haven't been like a COVID doomer, but the Delta variant is not sounding good to me, and the fact that we did get a message like wear your masks inside. I feel like that's a tap to be like, wear your fucking mask.
Yeah,
inside.
Just like let's not pretend it's completely over. Like let's not go from like 0 to 100. Let's
I don't think they want to create panic or like
I'm not panicked, but I'm still gonna
close stores again because I don't think they'll do that again because they'll just let people die. But I do think when they say like wear your masks inside, they know that we should be wearing our masks inside.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Well, I don't mean to make this political. I just like to know what people are doing.
Yeah.
We get political on here sometimes.
God. I don't know what the boundaries are.
An episode doesn't go by that we don't talk about FDR.
Yes.
He's our favorite.
We always talk about FDR. We're very topical.
He's the best.
Podcast. Yes. I think, but I don't like, I went to Gelson's and people weren't wearing masks and I wasn't like, oh my God. Like, I think
I'm not as scared personally anymore because I've been vaccinated. So I'm not like walking by people holding my breath who aren't wearing masks anymore.
Right.
You know,
which I have done when it was really bad. I did some.
Oh, totally. Totally. I would walk by someone and hold my breath, especially if they're like, you know, like,
But yeah.
But anyway,
I mean,
I didn't mean to derail you. I just had that thought.
No, you're fine.
No,
we don't. There's no train.
There's no derailing.
I was gonna ask you. A little kid growing up in this little small town where it's mostly like spelunking and
spelunking.
Spelunking is different.
That's caves. That's going down.
But, I like that.
And climbing is going up.
But like, how did you know you wanted to move to LA and like be in the business of entertainment?
An interesting thing about Grand Ledge is outside of Lansing. Lansing is the capital of Michigan, which was going to be one of the questions that I set for you guys, but we've ruined it now. We'll find a different state. I know. Lansing. Would you have known that?
No.
Maybe?
We've talked about it on this podcast before, so I know it when you say it.
Because Rachel, our friend Rachel, who did our show, is from Michigan. That was a while ago, though, and I think she asked us that question.
She may have asked us that.
Okay, because people think Detroit. But anyway, Lansing has the most community theater like grouping out of anywhere
Oh,
in the
wow.
state, if not like the region. So there
Oh,
was like
cool.
4 community theaters, including a children's theater. So you could only act in it if you were under 18. So from the time I was like 14, I was in plays constantly, all the time.
Oh,
And
awesome.
I was also, I think I sent this to you, a magician and a
Yes.
clown. So
Mhm.
I was doing a lot of performing.
Okay. This is a really good segue for one of my games.
Okay, great.
Can
I mean,
Okay,
me
great.
too, but that's fine. You go.
Okay, so I would like to take us to, we're starting in first period with an elective.
Okay.
Love an elective in the morning.
We
I
are,
can be late to it.
are
Oh,
we,
yeah.
are we ready to play? Are we ready to get into it?
Let's do it.
All right.
Yes.
We're going to go to magic class.
Ooh, magic class.
class.
We're going to magic class.
Wow.
Now,
Watch me disappear.
David, you were
Watch
a
my
magician,
career disappear. Okay, go ahead.
Didn't.
and you
Yes.
said in your like prelim notes that you even joined a circus. So I want to
Yeah.
talk a little bit about that. Before I do, did you know that magicians take an oath? Did you know
Yeah,
this?
to not like reveal their
Yes.
secrets.
That's
Did
right.
you take the oath that you would not reveal any of your secrets?
I think internally I took the oath, but I never like book
Never
in
put
hand.
the hand on the book.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you have to put your hand on? What's the book?
Probably maybe you would put it on like one of a wand.
Oh,
Or a
okay.
hat, or
Right.
like a bunny,
Yeah.
or something.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Or a flower that shoots out water.
So, talk to
Acid.
us about the magician era
Well, that's more
of
of a
your
clown
life.
thing.
How old were you?
Well, you have to understand that my uncle was the president of the Michigan Society of Magicians.
Wow!
So-
It's in your blood.
It's in the blood. I injected it.
Woo!
Wow.
growing up,
I'm
we
sorry,
were-
I
we
didn't
would
know we
do-
were talking to royalty right now.
I didn't want you to treat me differently, knowing that.
Wow.
So he would do like shows during family gatherings, and his kid, my cousin, 1 year younger than me, so he was really into it, and so this all got fed my way. So I would see him do tricks, and every Christmas I'd get a few new magic tricks, or he'd give me some, and so that's how it kind of started.
Wow. And then how long were you in the circus?
Well, so these are 2 different things, if you can believe it. So there's this side, and then the children's theater I was in had a clown class. And then, so you would
okay.
take the clown class, you would like develop, you would make your own costume,
Yes.
which I did. You would develop what your face is going to look like and your name. I was Spiffo, the clown. And then, so through them, we would do like park parties and book fairs. And then when the circus would come to Lansing, they would invite local clowns to be in the circus while the circus was in town. So basically we'd hop in, we'd be the guy, like we'd practice
Right.
like simple skits and just kind of walk around the circus. And then when the circus leaves, obviously we stay behind.
Wow.
They'd have like 4 or 5 like professional clowns that move, but we were
Yes.
just local clowns.
I took a
Don't
clown
sell yourself
class.
short. A local clown is the best kind of clown.
Yeah.
Thank you. I
That's
agree.
what-
A Lansing local
A
clown.
Lansing local.
The alliteration.
I was in a clowning class in college, and
Another alliteration.
so Spiffy was nice to pumpkin
Spiffo.
grapes was my Spiffo.
Pumpkin grapes.
Pumpkin
Oh.
grapes. Pumpkin grapes. Yeah.
I see you as a pumpkin
Made a lot of
grapes.
sense. Thank you.
Like if your
Thank you so much.
if your AIM was pumpkin grapes, I'd be like, yeah, I get that. I get why she called herself
I get
pumpkin
it.
grapes.
I totally
Yeah.
get it. Well, we were about to do some fucking magic right
Oh,
now.
shit.
Oh
Yeah,
wow! The
Yeah,
segues
we're
here are
about to do
on point.
some magic. Okay, so we're gonna play a game called Hocus Pocus. Please focus on this quiz.
You're such a moron.
Nailed
Come
it.
on, nailed it.
God,
Okay.
you're great.
I'm gonna start with Dave. I'm calling him Dave this question. We'll see if we get
Okay.
to David.
I thought he
Okay.
said we could only call him Dave if things got really dark.
No, David is when it gets dark.
Oh, when we're like upset with you, like we're your mom.
David?
That is what my mom is. David?
David.
David?
Yeah. Ooh.
Should I change?
bring back
Should I
the
change the
memories.
board to Dave?
No, we like it there.
Mm.
It looks nice,
That's
and you
good.
guys have really nice handwriting.
Thank you.
That's Kelly. All right, Dave.
I'm here.
Did you know that it is illegal in Queensland, Australia, to own a blank unless you can prove you are a magician.
Oh
Okay?
my God.
Whoa.
Queensland, Australia.
Queensland, Australia. Is it A, a rabbit, B, a dove, or C, juggling pins? Illegal in Queensland, Australia.
Whoa.
I will. So my head went. I've been on 3 reality dating shows, so I really understand that you're supposed to talk about the process that you're thinking about. So I'm thinking, I am initially thought about.
We're going to talk about that in recess.
Yeah, we are.
Right. My mind initially went to rabbits because I thought, but then you said doves. And I thought, oh, that's interesting because owning a dove is kind of weird. Owning a rabbit is kind of like people, it's pretty common.
Yeah.
I'm going to say dove.
That is incorrect. Kelly,
Whoa.
do you want to try to steal?
Well, since he really just put me off the notion that it's rabbits because of his internal monologue, I'm going to say juggling pins.
That is incorrect, you guys.
You
It's
can't have a rabbit?
A
Yes.
rabbit?
Yes.
Queensland.
What the hell?
Unless they are being used for research, which is gross,
Aww,
or you
babies.
can prove you are a magician. They're a pest, and they eat the vegetation. They're not like a natural species.
Oh, they're
in
like
that
a
area.
danger
What if you?
kind
Oh,
of.
so you can't have one even inside in or
No.
in your yard.
They don't want them eating those seeds. They don't want them damaging vegetation.
It's kind of like
tree
owning a
shrubs.
tiger. Like, it's probably going to be okay, but it may get out and ruin everything.
Yes.
Right.
And
Got it.
one
Okay.
got out in Atlanta. There was a
I saw that.
violent law.
Yeah.
A tiger?
I think it was
Yeah.
a tiger. Yeah.
Like an illegal tiger.
Oh no! I hope they saved it.
They did.
They wanted
Did
to
it go
It's okay.
not back to the people that owned it, who
They
were
shouldn't.
probably
No, they didn't.
I think it
do
went back to
that.
Tigerland. Yeah,
Yeah,
Tigerland.
yeah.
just
and
back
it's
to
safe.
time.
Yeah.
the tiger sanctuary
Yeah,
in our dreams.
it's,
Okay,
that's
perfect.
right. In your
Yeah.
dreams.
Yeah.
Kelly, let's talk about David Copperfield.
Oh God, I thought you.
Oh,
were
I met him.
When?
Can I say 2 quick things about David Copperfield?
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah.
One, because of my uncle, when he came to Detroit, we got tickets to the show, and they surprised me afterwards. David Copperfield came out. He met a group of us. I was one,
Yes.
and shook our hands.
Wow.
So
Amazing.
big moment. Fast forward 20 years. I'm dating a girl in LA, my first girlfriend, and she tells me she used to date David Copperfield. What are the chances?
Whoa, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm having a flashback of you telling me that because I dated someone whose ex-girlfriend dated oh
Penn
my
and
god,
Teller?
my boyfriend. My boyfriend.
Who boyfriend?
The one it's weird, but he looks like my dad.
David Blaine?
Jeff Goldblum.
Oh, Jeff
And I-
Goldblum.
Who dated?
I have
wait,
this
Who
very
dated Jeff Goldblum?
Dustin's ex-girlfriend dated
Oh.
around the time I met you. The guy that I was dating,
Dustin.
his ex-girlfriend dated Jeff Goldblum.
Jeff
Goldblum.
And I feel like we
We
had
might have
this
shared this
conversation.
story. We probably did, because that would have been closer to when I was dating this girl as well.
Yeah. Wow.
Wow,
That's
well,
so weird.
I just opened up a piece of your brain that you forgot
You
was
did.
there.
Oh, I
Yeah.
forgot.
I used my brain. You used your
I
brain.
used my brain. Okay.
New script.
It took me a minute, though. All right, Kelly.
Yes.
David Copperfield and his 2 assistants were robbed at gunpoint
No.
in 2006.
Woo. Are
But
they over it?
the renowned magician was able to blank in order to protect him, his assistants, and his possessions.
Oh, he made them all disappear.
That's my question. Did he A, make the possessions disappear?
Mm.
B, make his assistants carrying the goods
Oh.
disappear?
Woo.
Or C, handcuff the thieves in just a few seconds using his major magical skills?
Huh. I'm gonna say he handcuffed them.
That is incorrect.
Damn it.
Wow.
Dan, do you want to try to steal?
I was going to go handcuff too. So the options are he made the possessions disappear or the assistants disappear.
Yes.
And does
Wow.
it say where this took place?
No, but I have a source.
It was on stage in Las
That's what I'm
Vegas.
saying, like, if it's on stage, I'll say the possessions.
That is correct.
Wow.
Of course.
Yes. So he was able to use sleight of hand to
Okay,
trick
that makes
the
sense.
thieves,
Yeah.
so they couldn't see the possessions.
Wow.
Wow. Who knew?
What were the possessions?
Yeah.
No, I mean, you
The
would think like
wristwatch?
they always have like jewels and like all sorts of like little ditties. And I would
Trinkets?
think
Ditties. Yeah, they have little
Ditties.
ditties. Dangling ditties.
Yeah.
I feel like
Dangling
ditties are
ditties.
songs, aren't they?
They are. Yeah,
but
we
we're
just,
calling.
yeah.
Okay. Fine.
Lindsay's brain just started working again. Don't
One
like.
I'm happy I could be
little
part of that.
step at a time.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay.
All right.
I feel like Dave's gonna know this one. So
Okay.
Dave, you have a point. Your first point of the game. Okay,
Feels
you just
good.
got a point. All right, which one of these statements is true? A. Intellectual property law doesn't cover magic tricks. B. Intellectual property law does cover magic tricks. C. Magic tricks are patentable to protect people from knowing how the trick works.
Oh, I see what we're talking about. Give me say the first one again.
Intellectual property law doesn't cover magic tricks, or
I see.
intellectual property law does cover magic tricks.
Wait, so what's the difference between intellectual property law and a patent?
That's a really good question. I don't know.
Okay.
I think
Okay,
when you can
What
make
do
your
you
own,
own?
like a lot of people can have a patent for the same thing, I think, or similar things. And I think intellectual property, like you can sue someone for doing the same thing as you.
Oh, interesting. Okay, boy, interesting. I feel like, does the first guy who invented something get money for it? I don't think he does. So I would say, wait, what was the third one? You can patent tricks?
You can patent it so people will never know like how your trick works.
Oh, I don't even think you can do that. I'm going to say B. You can't do anything.
You think it doesn't cover magic tricks?
That's right.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yes.
So you
Thank you.
can patent your magic trick.
Oh,
But anyone that figures out how you did it can go around town, like exploiting.
and that's why
all
there's
your
no
shit.
point in doing it.
You can't protect it. You really can't protect it, and there's no law against.
I guess
it.
unless you're like Copperfield, where you make something that's so complicated that you'll never figure it out unless
Right.
you want to buy it.
Right.
That makes
Yeah.
sense.
All right, Kelsbell.
So
Yeah.
2-0.
2-0,
Thanks.
baby.
Got it.
Thanks.
All right.
Just a reminder.
Yeah, I just want to know who's in charge here. Okay.
It's okay. Marsha's keeping score.
Marsha's here. She's feeling better. All right, Kelly.
Yes.
There was a magician by the name of Jasper Maskelyne who used magic to help fight against the Nazis in World War II.
Whoa.
Which one of these was not a real way he fooled the Nazis with illusions? Which one of these is not real?
What a great use for magic, by the way.
Yeah.
Yes. There's
Wow.
actually several people in history that have done this.
This is a new fascination of mine.
Okay.
Wow.
He used mirrors to divide searchlights into 24
Ooh.
spinning beams to blind and distract enemy pilots.
That's got to be right because you did not make that up.
Right.
He created a so-called sun shield that disguised tanks as just pedestrian trucks. Or he created the illusion of charging troops using mirrors and only a few dummies.
Wow. I'm still going to go with the first one.
You think that one's not true?
Oh.
Which one's not true?
Oh.
Which one's not true? So the searchlight, the sun shield, or the charging troops?
The sun shield.
That is incorrect. Dave, do you want to try to steal?
I would have said sun shield too. That was the sun shield tank one.
Mm-hmm.
So that one's
it's
real.
either charging troops, that one's real.
I need to see a visual of the sun shield.
Yeah, where's
I'm kind
these
of
invisible
confused
tank
about.
things now?
So he put a what does that mean? Do you
I
know?
don't know. I'm
She's not
a
an.
magician.
She's not a historian. She's
Look
not a
up
historian.
Jasper Masculine. It's MaskelynE.
I'm just saying, wait, so it looked like he had. It looked like there were regular.
He was able to like blind with some sort of a sun shield, so a tank just looked like a truck was coming. So when they saw it, they didn't think that anything bad was happening. It was just a pedestrian truck.
So what was the first one?
Dave? It's either he used the mirrors to make more lights, searchlights, to blind enemy troops.
You said it like divided a light or something?
It divided a light into like 24 beams. Or he created the illusion of charging troops by just using a few dummies, and then he used mirrors to project.
I say that one.
That is correct. That is
Nice.
incorrect. But what he did do was he created the illusion of a German warship on the Thames River using mirrors and a model. So he took like a model ship and he used mirrors, and it looked like a ship was coming towards them. Isn't that crazy?
That's so cool.
That is crazy.
And
That's nuts.
I looked for more sources because I was like, is this real? And he was kind of he liked to brag a lot about all the things he did, but he was a part of some war in Africa as well. They used him for something. So he definitely...
Smart.
Yeah, he definitely helped. Okay, that was Kelly's question. So Dave.
Yeah.
Magician comedian Penn Jillette created and patented a blank to help arouse women. Did he invent...
Oh boy.
A magical dildo with a big lube gun?
Ooh.
What?
B,
I hope you guys get some sponsorships.
I know. A magical hot tub with a jet aimed right at her no-no spot? Or C, a remote control vibrator that works by voice command? Penn Jillette.
That's from Penn and Teller. I know he has a sex dungeon in his house.
Oh,
which one is he?
He's the taller one.
Okay.
The one that speaks.
The one that speaks.
So we have a remote control vibrator, a magical dildo, or a hot tub with a no-no spot.
Yeah.
I'll say voice control. I'll say, I don't know what would make a dildo magical. I'll say the voice control.
That is incorrect.
That is my guess too.
Really?
Yeah.
Callie, do you want to try to steal?
So it's something that shoots out. What is it? Can you say
It's
again?
a magical hot tub jet aimed right at her no-no spot.
Or
a remote control vibrator that works by voice command.
No, that was.
That's what I said.
Or a magical dildo with a lube gun.
A lube gun?
There's some sort of trigger in the lube.
I'll take that one.
That's incorrect.
Oh, it's the hot tub.
He did a hydrotherapeutic stimulator, which has jets like up the butthole in the vagina. Like there's all these jets to like arouse her tetas. Yeah.
Wow!
Yeah.
Wow!
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess that sounds nice.
It does. It really does. Okay, Callie, last question.
Red dong.
Ralph Biala was a German magician who was famous for performing the bullet catch using his teeth.
Whoa.
Okay? He was seriously injured 9 times, but he eventually died.
Getting shot down the throat?
He would catch the bullet in his teeth.
Right, so how was he injured?
So this is how he died. He fell off a cliff due to dizziness after performing the trick. B, he was shot in the neck and they hit a... How do you say that?
Huh.
I spelt it wrong. Is it a carotid artery?
Carotid?
Carotid artery?
Carotid.
Or he died... Carotid?
I think so.
Or C, he died
Together we'll figure it out.
Died of a heart disease due to tooth decay.
Huh.
I mean, the obvious one would be that he got shot in the throat.
Yeah.
Obvious.
Wouldn't it be obvious? I'm going to go with heart disease.
That is incorrect.
Damn it!
Dave, do you want to try to steal? Last magic question.
I like that you give me the option to steal as if I say, no, I don't think so.
What? I'm good.
I'm good. I guess I'm gonna say the neck. You got shot in the neck.
No, you guys.
He fell off a cliff?
He he would like suffer from dizziness because his brain was rattled so many
Yeah,
times.
because his brain was like, what the fuck are you doing?
He literally died by falling off the cliff. After all that, you guys. After all that.
Wow.
Wow.
Isn't
That's
that
Well,
wild.
poor guy.
incredible?
That's super
Poor guy.
wild.
What was your biggest trick?
What was my, well, do you mean like size-wise? Or just most popular trick?
Yes, the physically largest trick.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't care about how popular or anything.
We
Well,
don't
there,
care about how cool it was.
I didn't have any huge tricks because they were all pretty portable. Bigger were like one was called like hippity hop rabbits, where you'd have like a black rabbit and a white rabbit kind of on like a post, and then you put a cover over it, you turn it around, and then it looks like the black rabbit's on this side, now the white one, and everyone would be like, it's on the other side, and then you turn it around again, and the black rabbit and the switch, and they're like, just turn it around. And so then you take it and then you like put it against your chest, and you mean like, oh, turn it around like this, and then you like turn around, and they're like, no, turn the post around.
I love
And then
it.
you go, oh, like, then you go like turn it like up like this
Right.
way, and they're like, no,
Upside down.
see the back, and then you turn it back, and it's orange and green on the back, so the backs were different colors.
Wow.
So they're like, oh my god. So that's one. Then another one, which was it's pretty famous one, is the bottle trick. So you have like a cylinder with a bottle in it. You call someone else up. And so we both place a bottle on the cylinder. It's like a beer bottle. Then you say like 1, 2, 3, and then you lift it up, and his will be facing one way and mine will be facing the other way. And then so the trick is, no matter if we start the same, I either am the same or different from him. It's like up to what I decide. So you just make him look like a big idiot the whole time. And then another one was a finger chopping. It's like the head chopping trick, but it was for a finger. Those were the biggest ones.
Oh, I think you should bring these back.
I have some here.
If TikTok doesn't work out,
I can
bring out those magic rabbit.
TikTok has some pretty amazing magicians. If you ever are on TikTok, just search magicians, and there's some pretty talented people.
All right.
I think your mom character should get into magic.
That's a good idea.
Oh my god,
actually.
that's a great idea.
She's like, my son left these things. He was into magic when he was a kid. She's like trying to connect back to his youth.
I like that, and which she always is trying to connect back to my youth. So
no, is that character based on your mom? Is that like
of course
inspired
she makes
by
it?
Life?
Oh, all the ideas are almost direct quotes.
I
mean, at this point, we've had to push it a little further, but we did a TikTok live last month when she visited, and it was a big hit.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
That's so cute.
She was like all nervous and like doing her hair and like but then she was loving that so many people were like, you seem like the best mom, and she felt very validated. So it was good.
love that.
So
That is
it was
really
cute.
Cool.
It was cute.
Is that up? Can we watch that now?
Can you watch old lives? I don't think you can.
Sometimes they save and you can share.
I don't know about TikTok. On Instagram, if you post it, it will be.
Yeah.
Right. I think it
know if
does
it's the
say
same.
2 lives at the top. So
Okay,
I'm not
so we
sure,
can
but it
maybe
was a
try to
popular
see.
one. Yeah.
That's cute.
It was cute.
All right. Well, on theme, sort of.
Oh, no.
Should we go to circus class?
Oh my god, we're doing circus class?
We're doing circus
Great,
class.
I can't wait.
What an episode.
I love it.
What a day at school.
day.
Starting with the fun ones. Can't wait
Yeah.
for the Cold War after
Oh
this.
no, and I'm doing chemistry.
Oh.
Should we get chemistry out of the way?
Yeah.
All right, we'll get chemistry out of the way,
Yes,
and then we'll go back. Then we know we have the circus to look for. We can run away with the circus at the end.
Chemistry.
Oh, there it is.
All right,
I'm going
there
to
it
change
is.
locations because this room has no air conditioning, and I'm sweating.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't forget your phone.
I just remembered it. It's here with me.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. This class is called Chemistry for Stupid Kids.
Here I am.
Here we are.
Lindsey. Okay. So this isn't I have a question. So you're both answering the questions. This is when you need your pen and paper.
Wait, why did
I
you
need
do
a pen and
chemistry?
paper.
Is he good at chemistry?
No, he hates chemistry.
I'm bad.
That's why I
I'm
chose
terrible.
it.
Oh no. Okay, great. I'm in good company.
But it's for stupid kids. This is literally from like a website that is chemistry for children. Like this is it's for kids, so it's very basic.
Great.
Oh my god. I can't.
Okay.
Great.
Okay.
All right.
It's going to be questions about like chemicals and stuff.
You're fine. It's gonna be fine.
All right, let's.
It's gonna
see
be great.
it.
All right. All right. So I have a question. So I'm gonna need you to
Okay.
write down your answers, and then you'll show them, and we'll read it out loud.
Great.
Got
So
it.
you're both answering all the questions. Number
Okay.
1, what is chemistry?
Mm-hmm.
Are we just getting like what's the closest answer to this?
Yes, exactly.
Okay. What is chemistry?
I'll start off the sentence for you.
Okay.
Chemistry is the branch of science that studies.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I have an answer.
Okay, I have an answer too.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's go with our guest first,
Thank
Dave.
you. Yes. I said, can you read the intro and I'll finish it? The chemistry.
Chemistry is the branch of science that studies
The elements and how they interact.
Oh, somebody.
Very good. Very
took
good.
his smart
thank
pills
you.
this morning.
Thank you.
Can you please read it and I will answer it?
Chemistry is the branch of science that studies.
Chemical reactions and how relationships work, like mine and Kelly's.
Ooh,
Wow.
I like that.
Wow.
I think you both get a point.
Because we have chemistry.
We do have
This is
chemistry.
more personal. Yeah, you
It
guys do that.
is, and that goes right to the heart, and therefore you
It
get
wins.
a point. I'm biased, sorry.
When you
but
don't
you both
know,
get a point.
just
You both get
butter
a
'em
point.
up,
Exactly.
Thank you.
Just
exactly.
butter 'em up.
Chemistry
How-
is the branch.
No, go ahead. You read the answer first.
Chemistry is the branch of science that studies the properties of matter and how matter interacts with energy.
Mine was pretty close.
Yeah.
Pretty close.
Yeah.
Pretty close.
Wow.
Very good.
Switch an element with the matter.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
elements are involved, so you weren't wrong.
Now, how many years have you two been friends?
Too
So
many.
many years. I wish you
11?
you were a
12?
few minutes late and we were literally on the Zoom, like
Having an argument.
not having a fight, but like upset about a vacation we're taking
We're-
together. It's like
Oh.
that level.
yeah, we're pretty good.
We're going to Costa Rica and there's a problem.
There's not a problem. There's no problem.
There's a problem.
There's a problem.
I would say 12 years, probably.
Yeah.
12
Cute.
years.
I just did a
Yeah.
Boston trip with my friend, and we celebrated 20 years.
Wow.
And he bought me the same. He bought us both Hawaiian shirts, and it was just to like buy us both Hawaiian shirts, just to wear them to the base to Fenway. But then we were like, we should have a reason we're wearing the same shirts. And then I was like, well, we are like I think on our 20th year.
Anniversary.
So then wherever we went, we told people this. The reaction, we got free drinks. Everyone thought so. My tip to you is wear same shirts in Costa Rica,
Yes,
and then
yeah.
tell everybody it's
It's
your
our
friend
anniversary.
It's
anniversary.
a friend
Yeah.
anniversary.
That's so
Yeah.
cute.
It's a good idea.
I love it.
I love it.
That's adorable.
Just a free tip.
All right, thank
Love
you. But you don't get any points for that, although it was a
Okay.
great
That's fine.
idea. But
No
I'm
extra
glad that
credit.
you have chemistry with your friends.
Yes, thank you.
But you can't avoid it any longer.
Okay.
Question number 2, you're still in class. How
Okay.
can you tell the difference between acids and bases?
Oh, I know this one. I know this one.
How can you tell the difference
Mm.
between acids and bases? I'll give you a clue. Acids and bases are 2 special kinds of chemicals. Almost all liquids are either acids or bases to some degree.
That's
That's
your
my clue. Whether a liquid is an acid or a base depends on.
I know this one. I got this.
Yeah. Wow. Depends on.
I want to guess.
Acids and bases.
Okay.
All right.
Uh-huh. All right, go ahead.
I want
Lindsay.
Lindsay to go first.
I wrote pH balances tell the truth. Also, there's a litmus test.
What What's the litmus test?
I don't know. I just remember there being a litmus test during this time of my life.
What is a litmus test?
There's like
It's
a
like if
little
they're for
thing,
abortion.
stick it in the thing. Oh, that's
Oh,
not what
like
I
if you're
was thinking
choosing a
of.
jury?
Yeah.
Supreme Court.
You're
A
so-
Supreme
you're like-
Court.
Okay.
The litmus test.
Yeah.
Like, oh, they're against abortion. They're not.
Right.
We can't.
No.
No, we're
Yeah.
not gonna want them on here.
pH balances. There's a scale, and it's like if they're from this number
Yeah.
to this number,
mhm.
it's an acid. If it's from this number to this number, it's a base.
The pH scale. Yeah, that is how you determine how acidic or basic a liquid is. That's how you determine it. But you didn't really tell me what it is. Like, what is it?
Oh.
You know what I mean? But yeah, it's
Mm.
you knew that there was a pH.
Well, let's see what Dave has to say
Sure.
about
Okay.
this.
Yeah. We'll see who got closer. Mm-hmm.
I don't think mine's very right.
Okay. What'd you say?
I said the elasticity and speed of the atoms involved. I don't even think there are atoms.
Wow.
But-
Interesting. I'm not sure
Yeah.
what you were thinking of, but not in
Me either.
this case.
But
Got it.
That's great.
I
though.
understand what your brain
Of
is.
Yeah.
course.
I
Yeah,
was
that's
just picturing like acid things being like
things
that,
like
and
moving
base
and-
being like that.
You
Yeah.
know what?
That's
You
where hot
honestly
and
could
cold.
be. You could be right, but for this
Right.
kid's website, they didn't get into
Yeah.
all that.
Okay.
So, Lindsay, you get the point for that one.
Wow. to brag.
So whether a liquid is an acid or a base depends on the types of ions in it. If it has a lot of hydrogen ions, then it's an acid. If it has a lot of hydroxide ions, then it is a base.
Whoa.
If I would have said ions instead of atoms, I wouldn't have been that far
I'm
off.
telling you, I knew. Like, I feel like that's what your brain was doing.
Right.
Not gonna
I knew
lie.
But
There
it
was-
doesn't say any. It doesn't say anything here from the kids' website about how fast they were moving. So
No,
I can't
it's
determine
clear
whether
that
or not
I'm
you're
wrong.
right. Okay.
Clear that I'm
But
wrong.
if you
I'm just-
said ions,
If you said the
If I
word
would've said
ions,
ions,
you would've
so
gotten
you would have
it.
gotten a point because
100%.
then we'd be like, "Ooh, that
any
word
of us
is in
said
the answer."
ion. Yeah.
Well, you live and you learn.
Live in the-
Number 3 for both of you. What is organic chemistry? What is organic chemistry?
Organic chemistry.
I'm so glad you asked. this.
Are you?
Yeah.
Should I give you a hint?
Sure.
Sure.
Organic chemistry is the study of compounds that contain a certain element. What element is it?
Okay.
Mm.
I have 2 answers.
You do?
Yeah. I have 2 answers.
Are either of them right? Well, we'll
No.
see. Yeah. All right. Just take a wild guess. Don't worry. Don't think too hard on it.
Okay.
Because Lindsay's brain doesn't even work, so.
I know based on her note to herself. I'll say carbon.
Ding, 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 ding. That is correct.
He got that right?
Yeah.
Oh my God. You get 2 points. That's insane.
Great.
Are you kidding
That
me?
is
points.
insane.
Are you kidding me? Okay.
We're carbon-based life forms.
Holy shit balls.
I
What
was
does
just
that
trying to think
even
of like
mean?
when they talk about like Mars and things
Yep.
like that. I feel like they do say carbon.
A lot of carbon
Carbon.
top. There's
Yeah.
a lot
Yeah.
of carbon top.
Because that's our main element, and that is like the main element of living things.
Whoa! Well, I don't know, but I've seen it at Whole Foods. That's not right.
Because it's organic.
Organic.
Good
I
girl.
thought you had 2 things. Didn't you
There
have 2
she
things?
is. What's
The other one was when you gave us the hint, I wrote plant matter.
Oh. You gave
What is
him 2
plant
points, I'll
matter?
give you 1. Give
Plant
you
matter is
one.
like the green stuff that gets
Plants-
on your jeans.
All plants matter.
Oh, wow.
That's true.
That's what it meant.
I'm gonna give
Political
you-
podcast.
Yeah, exactly. All right, guys. Oh, here's a follow-up question. Number 4. Oh, no, never mind. We already answered that.
Fuck number 4.
Yeah, I already answered it. I said, why is carbon important? And carbon is because it's the basis of all life on Earth.
You said it.
La-di-da-di-doo-di-da. Number 5. Here we go. This is for you, Dave. Well, it's for you too, but you were talking about atoms earlier. What's an atom?
What is an atom?
What is an
Wow.
atom?
Wow.
Does this one get a hint too? Like an atom is
Atoms are extremely small.
That is true.
That is true. That was actually my answer, so I guess you need to know
Atoms
that.
fit together with other atoms.
Right.
They bond.
Hmm.
They bond.
What is an atom? Any old answer will do.
Oh,
Remember,
God.
this is for kids, so it doesn't have to
Right.
be super technical.
Right. You know,
But you do get extra points if you know the particles, the basic particles that make an atom. But
Right.
Right.
Who goes
Yeah.
first? Lindsay?
I'll go.
Okay.
I just said it's so small,
Hmm.
and it's small, and it's energy, and also the name of an ex-boyfriend of mine,
I don't think his name was
Oh.
ATOM.
Adam.
All right, it's
There's a
small
lot
and
of
it's energy.
You're
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. All
Adam.
right, Dave.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
that was a
kinda have-
different boyfriend.
That was a different one.
Yeah.
I have two things that I want to say. One, is it the building block of all things? Is that a true statement? But it might not be the answer.
What's your
the
other
other-
one?
The other one would have been, and I don't even know how to. I'm reading it. I didn't even write it down. I'm pretending I'm reading it. Is it like when like a positive and negative ions meet, something like that?
Now
regard?
you're into the ions thing, but I think that there's some truth to that. Maybe
That is a thing.
I think that's an ion thing, is positive and negative.
Hmm. What is this?
Batteries.
Because the atoms have
Batteries.
electrons, protons, and neutrons, and some of those are
Ah.
like positively charged and some are negatively
That's
charged.
it,
So
right,
there's
that's what
definitely
I was
something
thinking
to
of.
that.
Yeah.
Wow.
And what did you say? What was your first answer?
I just said the building block of all things.
And here's the answer. The atom is the basic building block for all matter in the universe.
Yes!
Oh my God! This
Ding, ding,
game
ding, ding,
is
ding, 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 ding,
over.
ding,
I
ding,
should
ding.
get 100
Crazy.
points for
Give
that.
him 2 points. He gets 2 points.
Dave,
Give him 2
that
points.
is
Wow. Wowie,
insane.
wowie, wowzer.
That is
Like,
impressive.
We've never said building blocks.
No,
on
he
this
literally,
podcast
it's like
before.
he's reading it from my Google Doc.
Are you reading it from her
Did I
Google
accidentally give you
Docs?
access?
Wow.
I feel like all the podcasts I listen to are finally paying off in this moment.
Wow.
Amazing.
Amazing.
I'm proud of
So,
myself. Thank you.
We're very proud
I
of you.
am
You're our
really-
best,
Thank you.
you're brightest student here.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
So atoms fit together with other atoms to make up matter. It takes a lot of atoms to make up anything. There are so many atoms in a single human body. We won't even try to write the number here, says www.ducksters.com, which is a science for kids website. But
Ducksters, sure.
have you? But Duckster's evasiveness piqued my interest, so I looked it up, and now I actually do know the answer. How many atoms are in the human body? Your final question.
Oh, wow.
How
But
many
it's
atoms
big.
are in the human body? Whoever gets closest.
Oh, wow. I think it's like, you guys.
It's bigger than 14.
It is bigger
It's
than 14.
infinity.
It's not.
I will
infinity.
say, you have a number in your head, because don't cheat off mine.
100 trillion.
I was going to say
Okay.
1,000,000 trillion.
A million
Oh,
trillion.
Wait, I don't know who's right. I don't know. You both get a point. I'm not doing that math. It says 7 billion atoms, which is like something trillion atoms.
How many
They wrote
trillion?
7 billion, and I'll tell you how much a trillion is. Okay, if somebody wants to figure this out, go for
My
it.
mind
How
is
many
blown.
billions are in trillions?
1,000 billions are in 1 trillion.
Okay, 1,000 billions are in a trillion.
Uh-huh.
And then what? It's a billion.
It's 7 billion.
I can't.
So that's
I can't
like a
do it.
billion of billions. So that's way bigger than trillions. But why didn't they just say trillions then?
Right.
I don't know. I
Maybe
just don't know.
Maybe trillions is like colloquial. Like people don't really say trillions. They just
No,
end at
it is.
billions.
It's just like the next 3-digit
Right.
spaces over from billion.
Wow. Well,
I don't know.
Well,
we need
tough
a
way to end this
mathematician.
category.
Wow.
Yeah,
So, well, you got a point out of it.
I got a point.
Wow.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
I am very impressed. And if we were
Thank you.
on that dating game
Woo!
that you mentioned before, I mean, forget it. I'd be like, this guy
Yep.
He knows his
chemistry.
This is why I'm 2 out of 3 in winning the dating shows. I really know. I really
right.
come in when it happens.
Let's talk about
Let's get into it. We're going to recess.
Yeah, let's go.
Oh, this is recess. Okay.
Yes, let's talk about these dating shows. So, what dating shows were you on?
Let's talk about them. Are you familiar with Next on MTV?
Yeah.
Yes,
Tim,
our friend was on that
friend was on
a long
that as
time
well.
ago.
Yeah,
Yes.
a long time. This was my first year I moved out here.
Wow.
I was on it, and my opening line was, "Hey, my name's Dave, and I'm a tutor. Math is tough, but sex ed always came easy to me." And that was my
Wow.
intro. And then, and this is on my Instagram too. You can watch it. Then I get off the bus. She spins this wheel, and she makes me dress up in a bear costume. So I'm dressed head to toe in a bear costume. And then she makes me dance like a Russian bear because she was Russian. And then she nexted me. So I only got $11.
She nexted you after you danced in a bear costume for her?
Wow, what a
And then I said, "I get too bad you'll never get to hear my beargasm." And then I did a beargasm.
What?
But
Can you demo
it was like,
that, or?
"Too bad she'll never get to hear my beargasm." Grr, grr, oh, grr, oh.
Oh,
Girl.
my God.
I'm screaming.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then funny postscript to that story is, so being on Next at that time, this is like 2007, like I might as well have been in a Brad Pitt movie, according to my family. Like I had made it, like this was it. So everyone knew I was shooting Next this day, and we shot it in Griffith Park. And I had to go right from Next. They gave me a stretch limo. They gave everyone else taxis and me a stretch limo. They said, "You were the best." And they gave me a stretch limo. And so I had to go home, and then I had to go right. I was working as a host at the Stinking Rose. Go right to
I love
work.
that place.
And it closed. I didn't even know.
Aww.
And then I got home and I went to bed. And so I neglected to talk to my mother. I wake up to a knock on my door. It's the police.
Doing a welfare check.
Doing a welfare. Meanwhile, there's marijuana on. So I open the door because I'm like, "Hello," and they're like, "Hi, the police." And I'm like, "Hang on a second." I close the door. I hide my bowl, and then come back, and then they say, "You might want to hide that before you open the door next time." I said,
"Wow,
good tip." And they said, "Call your mom. She's worried about you."
That's amazing.
Dave,
I was very upset.
Wow.
This story is
That's great.
So great on so many levels.
Yeah, you didn't expect the postscript. Yeah.
No, I love that.
Your mother.
And then Next
your mom
was
almost got you arrested for possession of marijuana.
I was so upset. And then she didn't feel bad about it. She was like, "Well, you should have called me." I was like, "You called the police. That's insane."
Wow. It's insane.
That's insane.
Second
amazing.
dating show was Dating in the Dark on ABC. And it's where you 3 men, 3 women, they live in a house, but they only go on dates in the dark. And then you go on a number of dates. You sleep in the house for like 3 days. And then you pick who you want to see in the light. And then if you still like them, then you go on the date, or you wait.
Wow.
So I had 2 girls pick me. And then it was up to me which one of them I wanted to choose, which was a very difficult situation to be in, because I knew I was about to kind of embarrass one girl on national television.
Right. Oh my God.
And I didn't feel good about that.
Yeah.
And I still see that girl is was big in the IO Improv Olympic scene, so I would see her. And we booked the same commercial once. And she was like, "Don't you think you would have been happy?" Like 5 years later, she was like, "Don't you think you would have been happier if you picked me? Like, don't you think we would have ended up together?" I was like, "Yeah, definitely."
That's incredible.
But I never saw the girl I picked again. And then, so it's just kind of all fake. And then
So did you go on the date with her?
I never saw her again.
Huh.
I never saw her again.
Well, they didn't film the date. It was just like icing.
You filmed the kids. To be fair, the thing is, they cast you and then you don't shoot it for 3 months. I had a girlfriend. So I had I had gotten a girlfriend, but I was like, "Look, I'm doing the dating show." Yeah. She made me wait to have sex with her until after I did the dating show.
Fine.
That's
interesting. Fair. All right.
Yeah,
that's
interesting
fair.
tactic. And then the third one was called Perfect Score. This was on the CW. And this is where you have to, all the guys take this compatibility test. And then there's 2 girls. And the point is these 2 girls are trying to figure out which guy they're most compatible with. And the higher the compatibility, the higher amount of money they win, up to $50,000. And there's 2 of them and 10 guys. So each round we have to do something stupid and they like whittle someone down. So then they whittle all down to, if there's 3 guys and I'm one of them, and then they each have to choose who they want to, and they both chose me. And then it was again up to who I was the most compatible with, so the one girl I was compatible with was worth $30,000. So she got $30,000. I only got $1,000 and a trip to the Montage Hotel.
Well, that's nice.
Which was
amazing.
Nothing. Yes, no.
Yeah.
Well, it was each night at the Montage was $750, and and it was doing a beach, and each room faces the ocean, and it was amazing.
Oh, wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. And again, I had a girlfriend during that time as well, so it worked out. But
the serial monogamist that goes on all the dating shows.
Right.
I would just start to get lonely enough to need a girlfriend during those times. So those were my dating shows.
Oh my God, that's great.
Amazing. So
and you can tell all those stories on all your other first dates.
Yes.
That's right. They are, and I mean, it makes me look good, and
they all wanted you.
And my line in Dating in the Dark was like, look, I know I'm not the pinnacle of hotness, but I think like my humor and my charm is really going to like win the day. And at the end, the producers go, Dave, I think you really showed something on because there was like a male model was like the other guy.
Right.
And but I won, so.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Our friend Tim was a producer on Next, and something happened where someone like bailed, and they were
that's
like,
why he did
"Well,
it. That's right.
You're going to be the contestant, and don't tell anyone that you work for the show." So he was just like drunk and obnoxious and really gross in his episode, and like we watched it recently, and there was like a cancer joke. There was like a few like real bad dingers.
It's a problematic show.
We were like, woo! Like you're going to be canceled immediately.
Right.
Like,
Can't say it now. Yeah.
Oh my God,
we should throw links to each of my episodes into the podcast.
Yes.
Please send those over.
Please send them over. We will definitely do that. All right. Well, let's get back to school. Dave, you're killing it right now.
Killing it.
I feel confident.
You have 9 points. All right, Kelly.
Wow.
You need to catch up. Kelly's not
Kelly,
on the board yet.
Come on.
How many points do I have?
You have 0.
Okay.
Yeah, and I have 4. So.
But I feel like
I
Lindsey,
threw you a couple bones.
You did, and Lindsey, haven't you had 2 times and she only won, or no? Is it equal?
No, only.
Oh, it's equal. Okay.
Okay. So in our little chat before we recorded, you said that you were obsessed with the Cold War.
In college.
In college. And so for history class today, we're going to play a game called Brr. It's a Cold War in here.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
They keep getting better.
So I don't want to talk too much about the Cold War yet. I want to just
great.
get
Next
into
game.
the questions.
Okay.
This is going to be a pretty fast quiz, and I really
not like the Cold War.
I really just wrote it because I need Dave to explain to us what the Cold War is, but we'll get there. Okay.
Right.
So
I hope I
First
remember.
teacher.
First question. This is also
no. What was the Cold War?
You're gonna answer.
Whore.
You're gonna write down your answer, okay,
Okay.
and share with the class. So my first question is very simple. Who fought in the Cold War? It's very simple, you guys. Who fought in the Cold War?
I'm not even. Is it called fighting?
Well, why don't you keep that to yourself? Okay.
Okay, got it.
And we'll get to
Got
that.
it.
Okay.
Got it.
Who fought in the Cold War? Who participated in the Cold War?
Participated.
The Cold War between.
Right. Got it.
Any information you got. All right, I'm gonna let Kelly go first.
Yeah, let Kelly go
because this is your wheelhouse.
I hope I'm right.
I believe it was called the Soviet Union at the time.
Very good. Very good.
America.
Very good.
And the Bay of Pigs.
Let's get rid of the Bay of Pigs for this question. But yes, that is correct.
That's the extent of my knowledge.
And then, Dave, do you want to give any more input in that? Do you have any
Do I wanna
other?
You mean like a Cold War backstory?
Do you
Or
want to
do I
tell
just
us
have-
maybe who else
Was there other
participated,
people?
or who? Do you know about the Warsaw Pact or anything like that?
I mean, to be fair, this was a class I enjoyed in college 15 years ago. So I haven't
So you're
kept
not
up
a,
with,
you're not an
with-
expert?
yeah. I just like it because it was full of spies and
Yeah.
it was,
Yes.
it
Yeah.
was just kind of like spy and
That's
not a lot
fun.
of people
Yes.
died. So yeah.
Now, I'm going to give Dave a chance to get a little point here too.
Oh, a little point.
Why
A
did
little
you?
point.
Why did you
A
say?
mini point.
Can we even call it fighting?
Well, because the war, it wasn't really a war, right? It was like, it was kind of who's going to shoot off their nuclear weapon first, and it was so the whole thing was kind of stopping a war, and everybody was like a bunch of spying and like what would you call it?
Right.
More diplomatic is like espionage, like a more diplomatic conflict than it ever was an actual
It was
war,
a
as we
long
would-
period of
Mhm.
geopolitical tension.
Yes.
geopolitical tension.
So there was no actual like fighting.
Bullets.
There was
Right.
there were no instruments or no weapon.
No
No.
instruments.
No
Wait,
instrument.
but did
Yeah.
you know that?
I did know that.
I didn't know that. All right.
I was
asking-
quick side note, and I don't want it to last
Yeah.
just 5 hours, but I was just thinking about applying to grad school for international relations to become
Cool.
a diplomat, something that I thought would be very interesting. So I'm still
Wow.
considering it now, but I learned that in order to becoming a diplomat is harder than getting into Harvard. They said only 6% of the people who go out to be a diplomat, even after they go to the master's, will actually
Wow.
do it, because not only do you have to pass a test that's supposed to be very hard, then you have to pass a security test and a health test. So they're like, you could even be the smartest guy, and for some reason your security or your health.
Wow.
So I was like, oh, that would be
Yeah,
tough.
you've already told us that you used to smoke pot.
That's right. Right.
So it's
Like
Years,
over.
you knew carbon.
minutes ago. Yeah.
You knew carbon.
You knew
I
about
did know carbon, and I had childhood asthma. So who knows if that
You
could
may
come up.
right.
Right.
Oh, I did. I asked you about the Warsaw Pact. So the Cold War was fought between the United States and the NATO alliance. And then the Soviet Union was on the other side in the Warsaw Pact, which was like Albania, Bulgaria, Czechoslovakia, East Germany, Hungary, Poland, Romania, Soviet Union. They were all on one side.
Ah, interesting.
Wow,
Didn't know that.
I didn't know it was
I
all those
forgot it.
people.
Yeah.
Kelly,
Yes.
I'm going to ask you this question.
Okay, now we're
You
going
got
back and forth.
Sure.
Okay.
What year was the Cold War?
1962.
Oh, that's a great guess. That's incorrect. Dave, do you know what year it started or about what year it started?
I'm gonna say
85. 74.
73.
No, you guys.
47 to
52.
78.
It started in 46.
Oh.
It
Wow.
started in 46. It kind of was a result of World War
Two.
II. So basically, it came out of World War II.
And they're like, we don't want another war again.
Right.
Oh,
And
we
then
don't
Why did I
like
think
you.
Reagan was involved, but I guess for some reason I was
Because
thinking
of the
Reagan was
Bay of
involved.
Pigs.
it officially
right?
ended.
Wasn't that like
It,
later?
it officially ended in 1991 with the
So,
collapse of the
okay.
Soviet Union.
So people were talking about it that whole time.
It was like the longest siege.
The longest non-war.
Okay, so
No points.
question. Now you mentioned the Bay of Pigs.
Yeah,
Okay.
that was in the 60s though, wasn't it?
Yes. I
So
believe.
there were all these.
Isn't that like Kennedy?
There were all these
Yes.
proxy wars that were part of the Cold War.
Right.
Okay. So can you name the deadliest proxy war during the Cold War where over 3.5 million people were killed?
So it's a proxy war, meaning like it's related, but it's not direct. It's not like
A proxy war is an armed conflict between two states or non-state actors which act on the instigation or on behalf of the other parties, but they're not actually directly involved in what is happening.
Okay.
What do you think this is for both of you guys.
Oh, okay.
The deadliest proxy war during the Cold War was blank.
So during that time,
3.5 million people were killed.
And it's like got a name. It's like this war.
Yes.
Hmm.
It's got a name.
it has a name.
It has a name. First person to yell it out.
Right.
First person to yell it
Well,
out.
Okay. The Vietnam War.
Yes!
Really?
Oh,
yes,
nice.
yes.
I'm like, it doesn't seem related, but I guess
Right.
it all was.
Yes,
So.
the
Right.
Vietnam War.
Okay.
Good job. Good job.
Very, very good.
Wow. Okay.
So,
How?
people that, no one died from the actual Cold War, but all of these proxy wars were going on.
Okay.
And
Right.
more than 11
Communism.
million people were killed throughout all the various proxy wars fought by the U.S. and the
Okay.
Soviet Union at the time.
Wow. All right.
All right,
You guys
last
put a lot
question.
of research into this.
Wow. Just happy.
Well done.
You're doing great. You're doing great.
You're doing great. You're doing great.
Last question.
Okay.
Why is it called the Cold War?
Like when someone gives you the cold shoulder.
Right.
Like, oh, I'm not even talking to you. I want to talk behind your back.
Oh.
But I'm not going to talk.
So what does it have to do with the war, though?
I remember being told this. I don't know it off the top of my head. I have two thoughts.
Because you get sent to Siberia.
You can answer, Dave.
Both of these are probably wrong. One is perhaps because it's avoiding a nuclear winter or something of that regard, or two, because it never escalated.
I'm going to give you a point for never escalated, because a hot war is when there's fire between
That makes sense. Yeah.
things, and a Cold War, nothing really happens from that actual geopolitical
There's no
tension.
fire.
Now,
No
extra
ammunition
credit.
was fired.
Yes.
Extra credit. Can you tell me which famous English writer who coined the term the Cold War?
A famous English writer?
1945.
I don't even know an English writer.
I don't know anybody.
He wrote an essay.
I'm dumb.
I don't read.
Charles Dickens.
It was George Orwell.
Orwell.
Dickens
1984.
Dickens or Shakespeare.
Yep.
Orwell. That makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think I knew he was British.
No.
I thought he actually was American.
Do you know that during that time we were just flying around with weapons just to show everyone our big dick? That's basically what this war was. It was the race to the moon was part of it.
Right.
Who's got the nuclear weapons, nuclear. And they were just
fake news.
Flying it around, swinging their dicks. That's
Love
the
a
Cold
good
War,
dick
you
swing.
guys.
We're still doing that now, just in different ways. Yeah.
Totally. Yeah.
We're doing it with now going to space. What's his name is
Mars?
trying to
colonize Mars or whatever.
No,
Bezos?
Bezos is going on the 20th, and now Branson is going on the 11th or whatever. We're still.
Is it this month?
Yes.
Oh, interesting.
It's going to be a big month, you guys.
What are they doing? I don't pay attention to those
They're
guys.
taking people into space.
Great.
And people are paying millions of dollars to take the first ride.
Oh yeah, they've been talking about that for a while.
It's happening on July 20th, and now
Okay.
the Virgin Atlantic guy came in and was like, I'm going to do it by the 11th.
Right.
And they're fighting over whose dick is bigger, basically. Well,
yeah, I don't want to see either of their dicks. So they can keep it in their earth pants.
They keep it in their pants.
Brr, it's a Cold War in here.
Perfect.
I love it. All right, kids. Last class of the day.
All right.
Here we go. We're almost there.
Woo!
This class is called The Greatest Show on Earth.
Yes, which is our podcast, obviously.
Of course.
Obviously.
Also the circus. So you were in a circus, Dave.
Yes.
We heard all about your circus days.
You were in the traveling circus, but you didn't
Yes.
travel. You were
Didn't
in the
travel.
local Lansing.
Yes.
So, all right, let's go back and forth here. Lindsay, I'm going to ask this question to you just because I know you love to talk about presidents.
Ah, love it.
So, number one, the first circuses in America were actually European, and they were very small. Although circus arts are ancient and transnational in origin, the modern circus was born in England during the 1770s when Philip Astley, I'm giving you a little backstory,
Yes.
a cavalryman and veteran of the 7 Years' War, brought circus elements like acrobats, riding, and clowning together in a ring at his riding school near Westminster Bridge in London, who also fought in the 7 Years' War and then became the first American president to witness the very first circus in America. Was it A, George Washington, B, John Adams, or C, Thomas Jefferson?
Okay.
So, this guy, the guy who started circuses, Philip Astley,
yes.
British guy in the 7 Years' War.
Yes.
Okay.
Who
Then someone from America who
was
wasn't a
also in
president
the
at the
7
time,
Years'
but
War.
he also fought in the 7 Years' War. Then, when he was president, he witnessed the first American circus.
And wait, remind me what the 7-Year War was?
No, we're not doing that.
Okay, got it.
Wrong show.
Not in my notes. Not in my
Got
notes.
it.
Actually,
Got
I
it.
may have written it. I did write it.
She wrote it.
That's our extra credit question.
Oh,
Look at
okay.
you.
so
We'll leave it there.
George
Maybe.
Washington, Sam Adams.
John Adams.
John
Sam Adams
Adams.
disappeared.
Adams.
Although maybe he was
I
probably a
think there was
person.
also Sam
Yeah,
Adams.
but was he a president?
Heineken.
He was not. He was like a cousin.
Okay.
He was.
John Adams, Washington.
Or Jefferson.
Jefferson.
It's obviously Jefferson, right?
Would you like to steal, Dave? Would you like to steal?
Is there a right or did you? Are you saying
So
if
it's
that's right
not
or wrong?
Thomas Jefferson. It's not
Oh, then I
Thomas
would-
Jefferson.
Okay, actually, Lynn, that was going to be my guess too. So I'll say Adams.
No, guys, it was
What?
George motherfucking Washington. He saw the first
Wow.
circus. He was the first president.
Wow.
Yeah.
He saw it overseas.
No, he saw the first American circus.
Oh,
when
I
they
thought you
brought
but
said he
the
saw it
7
twice.
Oh. He also
That's what
knew
threw me off.
Alexander
Oh, I see.
Hamilton.
I just
Yeah, it
watched
wasn't
that
him.
2 nights
Wasn't
ago.
him.
It's really good.
Okay. Extra credit, guys. Either of you can answer this. What was the 7 Years' War? Any
This was in-
guesses?
This was in
Who
America
fought?
or overseas?
Who fought it? It was a global conflict, which ran from 1756 until 1763.
Ooh. It was France and Spain and America, and they were fighting over land.
I love Lindsay's answers. They're always like that. She just names some countries that she's heard of and then says it was because of land. I mean, it usually is land,
It's a
right?
good guess.
I mean,
It's a good
it's
guess.
good- it's
Especially
actually
in those days.
a really good guess.
Yeah.
It's always about the land.
So you said France and Spain, they were together or they were fighting each other?
They are in cahoots.
France and Spain in cahoots?
Against the United States, which wasn't a country yet, so we don't know what we called
okay.
them. And they were fighting over land.
Land where?
Colonies and stuff.
So America.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Also some
do you
in
have a guess?
England, some conflicts in England too.
Some other conflicts,
Yeah.
just a few
Yeah,
like
there's
extra
some other ones.
proxy wars.
I mean,
yeah.
I don't have much to add. That seems pretty close to what I would say.
Okay. Lindsay, you were right with France.
France was involved, I knew it.
Yeah, and it was about the colonies.
I knew it!
Or it was about North America. So you get a point.
Thank you.
That was really good.
You're
So
welcome,
the
everybody.
war
Great job.
escalated from a regional conflict between Great Britain and France in North America. So it was
they were fighting.
yeah.
over
So the reason it's
Mm.
like important to our national history is because like basically Great Britain won, and that's why we speak English. You know what I mean? But
Thank
like
God.
France had all these colonies. They had Canada, da da da. So
They had New Orleans.
I tried to learn
yes, exactly,
French. I
and
just
and it was the
yeah.
7 Years' War that kicked France basically out of America.
Good.
There you go.
Good riddance.
Though
I
then they
mean-
helped us win the Revolutionary War. So
Just
you
kidding.
can't say
We
good
love
riddance.
them
Right, we love
also.
That's true. Right.
Yeah.
We just did a thing about the Statue of
Alexander
Liberty.
Hamilton.
All right, number 2.
I'll never be
Um,
satisfied.
Let's
I'll
see.
never be satisfied.
Yep,
Sorry.
song break? No, go ahead.
No,
do
go
your
ahead,
thing.
please.
All right, Dave. This is
Yeah.
your question. In 1825, Joshua Purdy Brown, a showman born in Somers, New York, Summers? I don't know, put a distinctly American stamp on the circus tent. Hey, what's the big idea? What's the reason for the tent? See? Was it A, to protect the performers from inclement weather? B, to keep out evangelical prying and judging eyes? Or C, the animals freaked out less in a more enclosed space, and after the tragic 1825 elephant trampling incident in the Poconos that killed 11 spectators, they didn't want to take any chances.
Wow.
Wow. Now, is that just a rule that you would do the longest one as a fake? Or, wow, I'm going to say weather.
That is incorrect. Lindsay, do you want to steal?
I'm going evangelical.
That is correct.
Woo!
In
I
the
want to get a
midst
point
of-
that just knowing that you faked it. You faked the wrong answer.
In the midst of the evangelical Second Great Awakening, apparently it was called, an era of
Fun.
religious revivalism and social reform, city leaders in Wilmington, Delaware banned public amusements from the city. But this Purdy Brown guy, this circus guy, stumbled upon this during his tour and had to think fast to outwit local authorities. So he erected a canvas pavilion circus just outside the city limits.
Wow.
Brown's adoption of the canvas tent revolutionized the American circus, cementing its identity as an itinerant form of entertainment.
I like it.
Beautiful.
There it is.
Entertainment.
Oh,
Lindsay,
fun,
number
fun.
3. It was which invention? Sorry, I just got a text message. It was which invention that was the single most important catalyst for making the circus truly American? So after the tent, what's the most important invention? A, the Conestoga wagon.
Ooh.
B, the steam engine. Or C, the telephone. Want to go to the circus? Yes, it's the steam engine. Very good.
Can you explain?
They could just travel much more efficiently.
Oh, interesting.
Just weeks after the completion of the Transcontinental Railroad in May 1869, Wisconsin showman Dan Costello took his circus, including 2 elephants and 2 camels, from Omaha to California on the new railroad. Traveling seamlessly on a newly standardized track and gauge, his season was immensely profitable.
Cute.
Mm.
I was going to say, like, guns and fire, but that wasn't an option.
No.
That was invented
Truly
before.
American.
That
right?
would make it more American, exactly.
Yeah.
Shooting everyone at the end.
Just shooting everyone and then just, like, lighting everything on
One
fire.
person
Yes.
has to die.
Yeah.
Extra credit for either one of you.
Okay.
It was not until the 18th century in Britain that the steam engine began to change not only the face of industry, but humanity's relationship to work and society. But the idea for the steam engine is quite old. When and where was the first recorded steam engine invented?
Oh. What year?
So it was the one that we know of today was in the 18th century, but this is like a more ancient one. When was the
Wow.
first recorded steam engine and where?
Wait, when we have to give
When
a year?
and where? Well, ish.
Ish. Okay. You said the 18th century was the first one, and that was in America.
That was in Britain.
Oh, so this is probably not in Britain and somewhere.
But
in
this
before
is like
that.
this is like going back in time. You know how like
Ah.
the camera was originally.
I'm
like,
going,
you
like,
know.
ancient Greece.
Good guess.
Just
Okay,
Did you have a
I
guess?
I'll say Rome.
Wow, it was actually in Egypt.
Ooh.
As early as 200 BC.
Wow.
Well, this is the
Wow.
thing. They were very Greek back then. Greek and Egypt, I believe, were extremely linked at that time. Like a lot of Greeks, like maybe maybe like Greek or maybe Egypt was like, I don't know. There was a lot of communication between those two areas. So I feel like at that time they were sort of Greek. But I'm not going to give you a point.
Good.
But his name was Hero, and I just think that was probably Greek. And it was called Pneumatica. As early as 200 BC, in his Pneumatica, some kind of text, I guess, Hero of Alexandria described a device called an aeolipile, considered to be the first recorded steam engine. You know what? I'm going to look him up. If he's Greek, you get a point.
Okay.
Oh, wow. I'm glad we're getting technical at the end here.
I'm okay with
Just take half a point.
She gets half the point. A little
half
point.
a point. Half a point.
A little point.
Taking half a point.
Good job. All right. This might be my last question. No, it's not. But we're doing great. All right.
We're doing great.
That was originally your question, right? I think so.
I think that was for both of us.
That was for both.
Yeah. Toss up.
Okay. Let's go back to David. Before long.
Okay, please.
Yes. Before long. Wait. Hold on. It's too much preamble.
Yeah.
Here we go. Number 4. All right. So one of the biggest circuses was P.T. Barnum's circus, right? We've all heard of P.T. Barnum. It was the biggest show in town, but there were lots of rivals. And Barnum's biggest rival was James A. Bailey.
Ooh,
have you heard of him?
Yeah.
Huh? And in 1880, they merged their operations to become Barnum and Bailey. After being, so James A. Bailey basically bought out Barnum and took over. I mean, they merged, but I think he was like Moneybags. And so he decided to merge with Barnum after he saw something that he was so thoroughly impressed by at Barnum's winter quarters for the circus in Philadelphia. So what event happened at the winter quarters that impressed Bailey so much that he was like, I need to work with this guy. I got to get in on this circus. We got to go as a team. Was it A, the birth of the very first elephant ever in captivity? Was it B, the marriage of 2 conjoined twins in Barnum's circus to 2 less prominent but still important Rockefeller brothers?
Wow.
Or was it C, a mouse riding on top of a dog, riding on top of a mini horse, riding on top of a regular-sized horse, riding on top of an elephant?
Wow.
I couldn't believe that happened.
Wow.
Fun fact, one of my first jobs out here, I worked as a publicist, and Barnum and Bailey Circus was my client.
Wow.
Oh, shit!
Yes, so I got to go and see the elephants.
Gosh.
I visited the train, the whole thing. I will say A.
That is correct. The birth of the first elephant in captivity.
David.
I think I knew that.
Amazing.
I wouldn't have known that until you said it. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely,
Wow.
absolutely.
Wow.
Okay, let's go.
I'm impressed with myself.
No, that was
you
great.
knew
No,
some
he's
really tough
cleaning
shit
up. I'm
this-
actually a little upset. All right.
Yeah,
Boy.
sorry.
Sorry.
But
Sorry.
he wins every dating game. He wins
I
all
know,
the
it's
things.
a really...
We should play the lottery.
Yeah, seriously.
Listen, if...
You're America's sweetheart.
I'm sure if we compared bookings, I'd lose. So that you will always have that.
I don't know about that. All right, Lindsay, number 5.
Yes.
Okay, so Bailey did this huge tour in Europe. He booked this 5-year tour because he's like, circus is getting so huge over here. They're ready for us. We're going over to Europe with this huge. So they took it from when it first started, it was super small, and then Barnum and Bailey did the most incredible, crazy, huge shows. It got bigger and bigger and bigger. 3 rings, all this other stuff. So Bailey's European tour was a spectacular success, but when he got back to the U.S. in early 1902, he was bitterly upset to discover that what had happened while he was gone. Was it A, that his wife and daughter had been killed in an automobile accident? Was it B, that Theodore Roosevelt had become president upon the assassination of William McKinley, and he quite famously hated Teddy Roosevelt more than anything in the entire world? Or was it C, that upstart Ringling Brothers now controlled the American circus market?
Well, that's my instinct. Although, I love a Roosevelt.
We love a Roosevelt.
But I'm going to go
But he was not the one in Annie.
I'm going to go with the Ringling Brothers. The Ringling
That is
Ring
correct.
Yes.
That is correct.
What a bitch.
All right, and then
Very
Dave,
good.
I think you're gonna know this. Last question.
Ah,
When Bailey died unexpectedly in 1906 and the panic of 1907 sent financial markets crashing, the Ringlings were able to buy his entire circus for less than $500,000. They ran the two circus. Oh, you might not know this, actually. I wouldn't. They ran the two circuses separately until when?
Ooh.
Maybe you do know this.
When did they merge?
I don't know. Well, I was thinking, I was like, oh, wait, did I represent Ringling Brothers? But then I remembered, oh, it was called Ringling Brothers Barnum and Bailey Circus.
It's all of them. They all
Right,
yeah,
it's all of
they-
them. So when would they have? No, there's
when
no
were they
multiple
right?
choice.
So when were they were separate
Right.
and then they merged? What year did they come together and stay together? Was it? I'll give you an A, B, and C.
Okay, great.
Was it A, 1976? Was
Okay.
it B, 1919, or was it C, 1933, which was the year that FDR was elected? Just for all our FDR heads out there. Interesting.
I'm gonna go with the middle, 33.
That is incorrect. Lindsay, would you like to steal?
76?
Or 1919? 76? No, it was 1919. So they consolidated
Wow.
the two. They had the two circuses separate. Excuse me, and then they consolidated it because of World War I, which limited the number of railroad engines that they could use. So they're like, well, we just have to keep
Joint
it small. Yeah,
forces.
joint forces. But then they just made so much money. They're like, this just makes more sense, and so they kept it together.
Wow.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
Oh, and then very last question, extra credit. What year did the Ringling Brothers Barnum and Bailey Circus finally close?
I
What
feel
year?
like it was
First one to yell it out. When did you lose your job, Dave?
Right. I think it was
2015?
like, I want to say like 2010, 11?
2015.
No, it was 2017.
Wow.
17. Wow.
Yeah, not that long ago.
No more abusing those animals.
And that's
No,
one of the
you
main
can't
reasons
do
they
it.
closed.
Yeah.
Can't
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah.
Can't do it, Ring Apple Circus.
Ring Apple.
Ring apple.
Wow. Well,
All right, guys.
I
wow.
tell you what, I didn't know that they were all the same thing now. That's incredible.
Right.
And
You
it
learned
Became a
something today.
monopoly.
And to know that you worked, they were your client is so weird, Dave.
Amazing.
That I was a clown and then they were my client.
It really, this was
Your
a
whole
very
life.
appropriate show for
Yes.
you.
Your whole life
Thank
just
you.
goes full circle. Well,
Yes.
listen, that's our show. Marsha's in here. She's going to tally up the points.
All right, tell us what.
Okay.
Tell
We're
us the
going to
damage,
find
Marsha.
out what the winner is and who the winner is.
What
What is the winner? Is he a
What
carbon-based
is it?
life form?
Right.
Is he an ion with a
Is this Adam's
mitochondria?
elastic? Right.
Positive or negatively charged?
No.
I don't know.
I don't know.
All right. This is big news, you guys.
Big news,
Okay,
big
so
news.
I'm going to start.
Do-do-do-do.
So,
Okay.
Dave, how we do it on this show is we take
Okay.
your points, and because you
Okay.
played all the games and we only played half, we
Oh,
add ours
right.
together, and then we see what the scores are. So,
Okay.
Dave.
Yeah.
You have 12 points.
Oh my god.
All right.
Did that break any kind of records?
I mean, you did really fucking good. So
Okay,
you did
thank you.
really good. You
But you
didn't
did
break any records, but you did
Oh,
really
wow.
good.
We don't actually know what the record is.
Now,
We're not
Kelly.
keeping track.
Kelly had a
She
good
knows.
game last episode, but this was not.
Not the same.
No, you got 2 points. But that's
It's
okay.
tough categories. Tough categories.
That's okay.
Not a magician, so sue me.
You're not.
And I have 8.5. So,
Four.
if we're going to do a little math. If we do 8.5
Uh-huh.
plus 2,
Uh-huh.
that's 10.5. Now,
Good
Kelly,
job.
is that less points or more points than David's 12?
Wow. You're wasting airtime to ask me
Yeah. What's
an
bigger?
addition question.
How many is bigger? How many is this?
I think that the crocodile mouth
Uh-huh.
opens up to
The 12?
12 to Dave's points.
Meaning
'Cause
it's greater.
Greater than the smaller number, which is our points. 10.
Yes,
This
which
is what-
means Dave is our winner!
Thank you.
Woo!
Wow.
Oh, wow. Soak it up.
Wow.
Soak it in.
Oh,
Soak
it
it up.
feels good.
So
It feels good to win.
As our winner, you get to do
Yeah.
two things. First, you have to look us in the eye and tell us, fuck you, I'm smarter. And then you have to give us a valedictorian speech. It can be whatever you want. So just like tell us what it's like to be a winner.
To be better.
Yeah, to be better than all
Okay.
of us.
The best.
Yeah.
Okay. So what do I say? Fuck you, I'm smarter.
Just,
Okay.
mhm.
Fuck you, I'm smarter.
I liked that. That
And
felt
then,
good.
yeah.
Right?
Thank you. I just
Weird.
I didn't expect this, but I want to thank my parents who always said that you can be as smart as you want to be. I want to prove that you don't have to read books to understand things, and that a documentary is worth 100. A documentary and a good podcast is worth 1,000 books. Thank you and good night.
Yay!
Awesome. Beautiful. So
Thank you.
Dave, who doesn't read, apparently,
read.
thank you so much for
Thank you.
doing our show. You did amazing.
You
This
were
was
so
really
Thank you.
fun.
This was a lot of
Yeah.
fun. Thanks, guys.
Plug all
It
your
was-
plugs.
Yeah, where can we find you? Where can we follow you?
Let's see. TikTok is David Abed 2. You can see the spelling behind you guys. ABED is Abed. Instagram
We'll
is
post
Dave
it.
Abed. And those are the main places.
Great.
All right.
Besides
great.
that, you can just see me around town in Silver Lake.
Cool.
Please say hi. I got recognized at a restaurant for my mom videos, so that was
Oh my
exciting.
God, that's
That's
so cute.
fun.
I love that.
So the
All
more
right.
I can get recognized.
And when's
Yeah.
your next dating show coming out?
Well, boy, wouldn't I like to know? I did just book one line in a Brad Pitt movie, so we can wait to see me
Ooh,
in
exciting.
that coming
All right,
at Christmas
cool.
2022.
Congrats.
That's exciting. Congratulations.
Thanks.
Do you know the name of that movie?
It's called Babylon.
Awesome.
Ooh.
Well,
It's about when Hollywood goes from silent movies to talking movies.
Wow.
Oh,
How
cool.
cool. Well, can't
Yeah.
wait to see you star in that one line in a Brad
That
Pitt
one
movie.
line,
That's
most of my
amazing.
career, don't blink, but we got to have something.
Yeah. I
Can't
love
wait.
it. Well, you can follow us at Kelly and Lindsey. You can go to YouTube and you could look up Fuck You, I'm Smarter or Kelly and Lindsey, and you can subscribe there and watch our videos there. Anything else, Kels Bells?
No, I mean, you pretty much covered all the bases.
Rate, review, subscribe, tell your friends, and we'll see you next week.
I am. We'll tell you how our 4th of July was.
We already know it was great.
Bye.
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 All right, I'm going to end
Awesome.
the YouTube live. Bye, YouTube Live.
Bye, YouTube Live.
How do I end it? Hold on.
I don't know.
And then